You always have choices in life. Sometimes in those choices, the only choice you've got is the attitude that you have, right? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I wanted to talk about just sometimes that the only decision that you can make, the only choice that you've got is the attitude that you choose in a certain situation. I've talked about security, that there's no real level of security that you can count on to be there forever. You can be secure to a certain degree. You can get yourself secure in the knowledge that your job is going to be there for the next 6 months, or you've got a few quid in the bank, so if the worst comes to the worst and the shit hits the fan, at least you've got some money to sort things out and to make a new start, that kind of thing, But even that's not really secure. And you've got to sort of push yourself outside your comfort zone in order to do things, right? So, attitude for me is that willingness to go, well, what do I need to do now? What is it that, what level of discomfort am I willing to put up with in order to get what I need to do, in order to get to the place where I need to go, right? And to push yourself outside that comfort zone in order to get there, right? That's the first part of this attitude thing. The next part is to do with people, and you're always going to get people who don't agree with what you're doing, who don't like what you're doing for one reason or another, who don't see the same value as you do in what you're doing. And you have to be able to turn around to those people and go, well, look, this is what I am doing, right? I've made up my mind to do this. This is what I'm going to do now. I'd like you to come along with me, I'd like you to share the journey. I'd like you to be there and, join me in this wonderful new thing that I'm doing for myself, right? I am doing it for myself, and if you want to come along, come along. If you don't want to come along, then, don't come along. Stay where you are. But I'm doing it anyway. And that's the attitude that you've got to have with other, if you're saying no to people in a pub, who insist that you're having a drink, if you've got that attitude of, like, I'm not having a drink, no, regardless of what they say to you, your answer is always no, right? This is what I'm doing for myself. What you want me to do, I'm not going to do, so no. You've got to have this attitude with people. And the third part of it is just in your attitude to general situations, right? No matter what situation you were in, it could be the most terrifying experience that you've ever been in your life. But by changing your attitude and by sort of, I'm not talking about positive thinking, I'm talking about, facing things head on and not carrying away from them. And, if you change your attitude, you're 10 times more likely to succeed or to get through it than you are if you've got a bad attitude, right? It's the power of mind over matter. And I hear this all the time of people saying, well, mind over matter doesn't work when you've got an addiction, when you're having seizures and all this kind of stuff. Fair enough, mind over matter might not work in that sense. I mean, I don't think you can cure cancer. I mean, I might be very wrong in this. I might be very wrong in it, but I don't think you can cure cancer by mind over matter. I think a medical issue, you've got to have a medical response to it, right? You've got to have you've got to go and see the doctor, go to the hospital, that kind of thing. But in the beginning, your medical issues are caused by your drinking, right? So all the alcohol that you've put into your mouth over the years, right, has accumulated this damage, right? And this damage has got to be rectified. I'm not talking about that, right? You need to get that sorted out by the doctor, but most people are not in that boat. Most people are going to be able to sort this themselves, right, in their head. And mind over matter comes into account when you're talking about the discomfort, the cravings, the lack of sleep, all that kind of stuff, right? This is where your attitude makes a big difference. If you've got a bad attitude to this, you're not going to succeed ever, you know, in this or most other things in life which require discipline and fortitude, you know, require you to be doggedly determined about certain things, you know, and you know, you've got to do it. Attitude is everything. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Come on over to the website and sign up for the newsletter. It's alcoholmastery.com. If you want to support us on Patreon, you can go over and become a patron of the show at patreon.com/alcoholmastery. Until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Onwards and upwards. Take care of yourself.